If in fact we are retired or young retireds, the good news is we have a lot more time, and in principle we could have the resilience and the energy to learn new things and to find ways in which technology can enrich our life. That's sort of the good news. The bad news is that very often our visual acuity is less, our hearing may be less, our manual dexterity may be less, our patience may be less, and in many cases technologies do not meet the needs. One good example that I like to use as an example is computer games. There's a huge potential for senior citizens to play computer games for enjoyment or possibly for cognitive stimulation or social stimulation, but most computer games have not been designed for seniors. The type is too small, the action is too busy, there's no opportunity for social interaction. The only emphasis on play, win, 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 score, 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 and not on, for example, games as part of social interaction and engagement, which is really what I believe a lot of senior citizens play games for. The one thing that I could point to that I think is quite exciting, and it's not sort of a traditional video game, is the Nintendo Wii. And that increasingly now is being used by senior citizens, often gathered as a group around a television console with a Wii. And this allows you to do things like play Wii bowling, Wii tennis, do exercises, and it's oriented mainly for encouraging physical fitness, but because this is often done in a group, it also encourages social interaction. A lot of excitement, huge commercial frenzy in so-called brain fitness games and exercises, where there's a lot of evidence that doing good things with your brain over a lifetime is helpful. There's relatively little evidence that says if you start doing Sudoku or playing Nintendo's Brain Age at age 60 that it's terribly helpful other than getting you better at that particular game. There's some evidence that says, for example, if you played Scrabble a lot, probably significant evidence that you've played Scrabble or Sudoku a lot, even starting at age 55 or 60, or do crossword puzzles, you'll get better on that. There's weaker evidence that says that if you played Scrabble, you might get better at Boggle or crossword puzzles. But as you talk about transferring the skills to other things, you've been practicing your manipulations with words. Are you getting better at math? Are you getting better at what are called executive skills, which is problem solving and being able to deal with judgments particularly rapidly, where you have to allocate your attention or your cognitive resources? There's very little evidence of transfer of training from one set of abilities in your mind or your brain to other set, and very little evidence that says this is going to decrease your mental age or increase your cognitive fitness in general, and thus, for example, delay Alzheimer's disease. The brain fitness vendors that I would recommend, if you go to their website, what you'll see is not just invitations to play their particular games, which are quite clever and intriguing. And if you like playing their games, by all means play them, but don't expect that they're magic bullets. But what they do is they also continue to remind you that playing brain fitness games is not the only thing you should do for healthy aging. You should exercise, you should have friends, you should watch your diet, etc. But no, there are no magic bullets that I know about.